Friday, everyone. It's Juliet Sidney from Bamboo Web Design. Just here to bring you the next session in our series. I've decided to name the YouTube channel Wixology. I hope you approve, and I shall crack on with the next lesson, which is all about Wix Pro Galleries. So we will add that to our page here. And as with all our content, once we click on it, we've got a blue icon around it, which is telling us that it's a Wix Pro Gallery. And we've got this Manage Media and Settings section. So first of all, we will go into our Manage Media section. We will clear out all of these images quickly. Obviously, if you were editing one, you would probably wish to keep some of the images in, but for our purposes, we're going to show you what it looks like with a blank gallery. And before we add our media, one quick tip, which I have to admit I often forget myself, is if we go into settings, we can decide whether we want something to come in at the start or the end, which can be useful if you are adding content and there's already existing content there, and whether you require the file name to come through from the name of the image, or whether you just want it empty. There's kind of reasons for and against. Generally, if you're doing some search engine optimization and your images are well labeled, then it can save you a little bit of time when you're trying to update your images and give them titles and descriptions over here. So if we click on Add Media, once we've set up our settings, in our instance, we're going to add some images. We go into our Media Manager, which you're probably used to by now. Remember, if you don't see what you want in here, and you can upload it from different sources, either your computer, Google Drive, Facebook, so on and so forth, Dropbox, that type of thing. So here we'll just select a couple of images that we decided we want to add to our gallery and just add them to our page. We can move these about if we so wish, and if we suddenly felt that the gallery would benefit from another image, then we can simply add another image, no problem at all. You remember that when we clicked on and add an image, we've also got video and text. So again, we can add and upload a video or something from YouTube or Vimeo. So we can go to upload video. I haven't got any videos here, so I'll pinch something from Wix. We'll grab this one and add that to a page just to help for demonstration purposes. And again, just so you can see how the text works, you can actually click in here. You could type a message here once you were happy. Obviously, you've got the different formatting elements here. Change the color. So I'll change that to this. It's quite a nice bold color. And we can add that to our gallery. It should come through any second. Oh, didn't want to come through. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so it's just take a bit of time. So you can see that some of these images have got names in place. We could retype these if we wish. So again, if I just wanted to have this as YouTube, you can see then sometimes where it's a good idea to have the name coming through if you've named your images quite well. And again, if I wanted to add a description, I could do so here. I can also link any of these items to different elements. So again, a page, documents, a web address. So whatever my needs are, I can add a link in, much like we did with when we were looking at the buttons. You might want to check out perhaps my previous video on buttons for that. Yeah, so and once you're happy, then you can click done. Okay, so You can also see that we have the option to stretch this to a full width element. And although it's gone quite large here, if we play about with the settings, then we could make this more into something that we wanted that was sort of usable for our needs. But in our instance, we're just going to close this down. And then we can go into settings. So what you will notice is that at the moment we've got this grid option, but we do have quite a few different types of gallery, which is another reason why I like choosing the Pro Gallery, because even though I've chosen it, it does mean that I can just click on different options and try different things to get the look that I'm looking for. So if I click back on grid in my instance, when you go into customize layout, which can often be missed because you're looking sort of here, each of these customized layouts is slightly different depending on the actual gallery option that you choose. So we're going to go into customize layout here. We've got the scroll direction, whether we want to add some title text in. If we add title text in, then it tells us where do we want it. Do we want it above or underneath, or actually on the image? Can be on the image on hover. It tells us if we don't click that, then you'll notice we don't get that option. If we click that option, then we just choose what we want. We can crop the image. Often I crop my images because it keeps the page nice and uniform and the design clean. But again, there may be times when you do actually want the actual true size of the image to come through. You can choose the proportions as well, so the image ratio. So if it is cropping, how is it cropping? Often I go for squares, but again, it does very much depend on your content and what will work for you. So in this instance, perhaps 4:3 works quite well for these images. I'm going to put it back to 1:1 for now. You can have the images to fit the screen, or you can set so many items per row. So here we've got 3 items, we've got some spacing of 10. So again, if I wanted to pad that out a little bit more, I've got a little bit more space in between the items. I can add a load more button. So again, if I had perhaps several rows, I could just display a couple of rows at a time. And then if I've got a load more button, how are my images loading? So actually, if I just make that smaller there you see, look. I've got the load more button there, just so you can see how that works. And then when I was in this section, and I'm loading more, I can load all the images or just one more section. So in this instance, it would be exactly the same because it would just load one more section of 3. But if I had 9, then I could either choose just one more section, which would give 3, or if I had 9 images in total, then it would load the remaining 6 images. And you can change the gallery direction as well. I'm just going to... No, I'm happy with those. That's fine. Okay, so then we're going to go, next one down is our settings. So again, we've got various sections. So expand mode, if I preview this, you'll see that if I click on the image, we can sort of scroll through in expand mode, which again can be quite useful in certain designs. We've also got opening a link again, which is quite nice. I sometimes use that on home pages when I want to link through to specific shop collections, which can be quite nice. You can have absolutely nothing happening, or you can actually have it where it opens up to a full screen. So again, I will give you a quick demonstration. So click on preview and click on this, and you can see, wow, that opens up into a really big screen. So again, there may be instances when you would wish to use that. You've also got various images here, so you can download social sessions and share things. So again, if your site is along the lines of way more of a sort of social media, and depending on your sort of target market, that might be an option where people can download images and can share images, like images, that type of thing. So again here, so this section here, the design section, this is more about the type of fonts, the types of colours, how our buttons will look, and various different scrolls. So here, look, you can see we've got an overlay colour, and now you can see our like and our share buttons and our download buttons, which we added earlier. We could change the colours of those if we so wanted, change them back. We've got an overlay effect, so you can see how that's coming in. That one expands. So again, you're just looking for different visual effects, the sort of thing that you would want. And you can play about with those. Text, so again, you might want the text sort of centralized. You can set the height of the text box manually or automatically. Most of the time, I leave that to automatically. But again, when you're trying to sometimes get into a very specific design, you've got these extra controls, which is useful. Buttons. So again, you can play about with your load more button and change the colorings here. Again, if you wanted to change that to orange, yeah, you see how that's working. But actually, I quite like it as sort of the white version. Again, you could sort of have boxes and groups around these things. So again, as you go through, you can just play with hover effects, how things are looking, until you get the desired look. Then you've got here, you've got image quality. So again, often as designers, we're obviously always fighting against trying to make the site look amazing, but also balance out the speed of the site. And so this is a tool whereby having the images set to sort of 90% helps with optimizing the speed of the site. And you've got some additional video sections. And that pretty much is the Wix Pro Gallery. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're finding these useful, and by all means let me know if there are other videos you'd like to see. I'm trying to sort of go through this ad panel, and I hope to bring you another video shortly. Thanks for watching, and goodbye, and have a wonderful weekend. Take care all. Bye.